Right, I don't know how far we got on the videos now. I'm kind of a bit lost, but all the air lines and air tank are connected up. This is the vent pipe from the unloader valve. Air tank is all connected in. Wiring still needs addressing. Clutch is working. We are driving now. It is producing its own air and it does unload. I'm now tackling the cooling and radiator. So I've got the heater matrix all connected in here, and now about to fit the radiator. These here are going to need removing for these boost pipes. Fit the radiator and plumb her in.
What's going on, Chris?
Just plumbing up the Cummins.
Plumbing up the Cummins.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Hopefully I might get this plumbed before I get that engine in.
That's true, we'll be wanting that out shortly, won't we?
Yeah, but they got room with them, so...
it sits at an angle.
What holds it at the top?
The panel at the top, which is
going on,
bolted
Darren?
on at the moment.
I can probably
what's
just
going on
get
there?
your hose on, Darren.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
thought...
going to be a pain in the arse.
James?
Yeah.
What's going on? Busted!
Right, okay, radiator's in. I'm all plumbed up. Got my silicons in. I have been lucky enough. I've managed to actually adapt onto the big water pipe at the bottom. I've gone into a standard radiator for 300 TDI. I'm going to see how it gets on with it, really. And at the minute I have still got the standard intercooler. Just going to see how it gets on with it, really. I will more than likely end up changing that out and putting the proper intercooler in. Got your heater matrix piped, all piped in. Don't really need the oil cooler on this one. What I have done on this is I've turned the radiator upside down. Does mean I've lost the bleed point at the top, but I'll just crack a radiator hose, bleed the air out manually, and then put them back on, get it running, and once it's circulating it'll all come out the top there anyway. So yeah, the next job now is to fill her up and check for leaks. I'm a plumber by trade, so I should bloody well hope there isn't any leaks. Right, she's bleeding through. Got a little bit of warmth. What we got here? 43 degrees. 21. Right, there's been a modification to the gear stick on the main gearbox. We did used to have the original Land Rover one with a ball welded on to extend it to reach into the ZF box, but it was just stupidly short shifting gears. Ideal if in a racing situation, but not in a Land Rover. So decision has been made to buy a proper one that goes with this box. It was for a left-hand drive, so what I done was I cut the end off and I welded the top of the Land Rover selector on the top. Well, Darren welded it, I didn't. I wanted it to last. And then just bolted the standard stick on top, which this is just on a spline, and you can just select which way you want it. So if I did want to ever go left-hand drive, I could just twiddle that over to left-hand side. Right, we're getting the I'm getting the boost pipes all connected up. I've connected up one side into the intercooler. Going in for the other side. I've had to adapt Darren's adapting the inlet pipe at the moment. It has to be cut down so it doesn't hit the bonnet, and I also want to change the position it points in. This will only go one of two ways, because it's not actually square, it's slightly rectangular. So hopefully that will hold the boost. So if you get a reducer to go on there, and then that will go in there and straight into the handler. Right, haven't done a video in a while. It's been titivated about for an hour here and there, and kind of ended up with the front end on. Decided to look into the fact that obviously a 24-volt starter running off 2 batteries wasn't actually going to work, because it wouldn't charge the second battery. So I bought a starter, didn't fit.
Standard.
I
Bought another starter.
bought another starter. That didn't fit either. But so twice I've cocked up with my measurements and whatnot. So we decided to take them all apart and try and make one good starter out of the 3. That didn't work either. Just be fair.
Different.
And in this process, broke the solenoid on the good start, the 24-volt starter. I mean, the one thing that was working and
Crank the thing.
we broke. So we've bolted this on the side to give us another starter solenoid.
Yeah. So now we've got a working 24-volt starter again. We
Yeah.
just tested it.
So, I mean, then at least we can get this out, so as we can use the dyno today, and then I can take it off again and take it to someone that hopefully, I think I found somebody now to rewind it to a 12-volt and maybe fix a few bits and pieces on it. I might take in the others as well for spares. And so we'll put this back on and get the fucking thing out, and that'll be an absolute waste of a weekend.